My people, it is a very painful thing to remember Asaba Massacre. Asaba Massacre, seeking healing. A lot of Nigerians don't know what happened. 7th October 1967, a lot of atrocities happened in the land of Asaba. Nigerian soldiers committed a lot of atrocities.
Anya mohona anya bianage say long the meeties. That is goodbye till we meet no more.
During Biafra War, Nigerian soldiers gathered all the male child and adults in Asaba and massacred them all. They killed many people. They killed both adults, all the male child for inside Asaba.
1970. Anya biaka ije zutande aya Nigeria. Bia bulegu. Anya mara no bo a game of death ka iba n'imia.
In remembrance of Asaba Massacre, on the 7th October 2022, we be sit at home in entire Biafra land. On that day, it is expected that all schools, all markets, all churches, all banks will shut down for the remembrance of Asaba Massacre. Anybody where hear my voice, making talk to a brother, making talk to a sister, making one in children, making one everybody, where they close to them. This order is coming from Biafra spokesperson Simon Ekpa. Asina nti adahari he ebubisi ise soloya intiminsi. Any ear, when they hear word, as they cut head, and so they go cut ear full.
They open fire. We will go machine gun, Gahube our people. And they were slaughtered in thousands.
Onye ọbụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much.
With everything that has happened since Mazen Nanikan was kidnapped to today, if you still don't know whom to follow, whom to listen to, or which direction to take, that means you are worse than the devil itself. That means your brain is empty. You don't have anything in your brain. You don't deserve to be a Biafran. If you're not paying attention to what is going on, it's better if you're not paying attention, then you shut your mouth. Do not comment and don't say anything about the struggle. But if you can open your mouth to talk against the legitimate agitators today, or you begin to say you don't know where to follow or where to go, it means you don't know, you've not been following up, and you are not a true Biafra. Because from the very time Mazen Nanikan has been kidnapped to today, a lot of things have happened. A lot of revelations have been made. A lot of secrets have been exposed. Every single one of them who have been standing against Mazen Nanikan cannot hide anymore. Why we were then shouting for no election in Anambra State? They went behind and they collected money. And they told Biafrans, go and vote. All this while, they have taken Biafra's struggle as a business. Just as we are saying no election now, as we are saying a mountain and say that there will be no election, which there will be, they think it's going to be like Anambra. They think that it's going to be like Anambra. It's not going to be like Anambra state election. As we are saying already now, they are collecting bribes. They are making their ways, collecting bribes, even volunteering themselves to fight against the people who are saying you have no election. When you hear their broadcast, you begin to read between the lines, and you'll be wondering, are these people the people who has been working with Mazen Nanikan? No wonder Mazen Nanikan was crying for 100 men. No wonder. When Mazen Nanikan came out and he was crying for 100 men, I was one of those who was worried. Why should Mazen Nanikan be asking about 100 men when he has more than 1,000 men surrounding him, very close to him? More than 1,000 men. But yet he's asking for 100. He couldn't get it. He cried out. But today, at the appointed time, those men are out. and Biafra is going to come. It doesn't matter what under which disguise you want to do. Biafra will definitely come. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Including your manipulation with the British, the manipulation of P2B and Co. They are going to end very soon. Only a madman will buy into those lies. Anybody that genuinely wants a freedom cannot be talking about anything that has to do with Nigeria presidency or election. It doesn't matter who is contesting. As long as the name Zoological Republic is there, as long as the name company Nigeria is there, if you genuinely want your freedom, you must not follow, you must not even think of it. You must not give it a consideration. Regardless who comes there, they are all the same. Every politician in the Zoological Republic, whether they are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, whatever their tribe or religion may be, they are the same thing. Every politician, they are the same thing. Every single one of them is standing there for the British. They are serving the British and nothing else. They are playing the role of the British. And the British know how to manipulate them. It's just like P2B that is gallivanting shouting away. His name came out among those who kept money abroad in the Panama papers that came out. His name appeared. And when P2B has huge amount that is kept abroad under the control of the colonial master, you think they cannot manipulate him? Of course, they will manipulate him easily. It's just to shut down his account abroad and he'll begin to talk different. The only thing Britain needs to do is to shut his account down and he'll begin to sing a different song. He wouldn't mind you and your problem in Nigeria. And still, people believe that he can change things. Somebody who has huge amount of money, he couldn't even bring that money and invest it. He couldn't even invest it. He just went and hid the money abroad in safe haven. Huge amount, millions of dollars in safe haven. P2B has. He couldn't invest it in Biafra land. He couldn't invest it in any part of the world to make profit and return the money. He just dumped it there. And other people are making use of it. And he now come and claim to be a saint. And you think that British cannot manipulate him. It's only just to hold on his account, and that's all. Just hold on his account abroad, and no, he can't do anything anymore. He won't even cry out. He will focus on his fellow people and begin to kill them. Another thing is that somebody who you were looking at as a messiah to redeem you, he doesn't even have confidence to stand and defend his own tribe. As he's campaigning, he's not even proud to come out and say, I'm an Igbo person. He cannot even talk about Igbo interests. Look at when he makes his speech, he will tell you that it's not about turn and turn. Even when he knows, even a blind man knows that in their Zoological Republic, if they wanted justice, it is the right time for an Igbo president to appear, emerge. It is their turn. It is not going to say it's not by turn by turn. It's not turn by turn with this one. It is the turn of the South. They have been saying it like so. When it was that of the North were saying it boldly. They didn't hide what this one. When it was the turn of the North, they were saying it openly. They didn't miss one. They didn't hide on that table and begin to say it. They said it was their turn, and they got it. And now, when it is the time for the South to take, and more especially Southeast, you are so scared to take that which belongs to you. You are so scared to even say you want to be a one Nigerianist. You want to be a neutral man for you to be a president. And when you cannot defend your people, when you have not sworn the oath of 1999 Constitution, you have not sworn that oath, yet you cannot defend your people. Is it when you have sworn an oath that will be given to you by the Fulani Caliphate? Is that when you're going to defend your people? After swearing the oath. Now that there is no oath holding you, you are free. You can't even be bold to tell people whom you are, what you want, and talk about the interests of your people. Or they tell you that you don't have to be a sectional president, you don't have a sectional president, you don't have to be this president. What about people who have come before you? Did they deny their identity? Did they deny themselves? The Buhari that the late Muhammad Buhari, did he deny himself? Obasanjo, when he was dead, did he deny himself? Good Lord Jonathan, did he deny himself? But for you, an Igbo Biafran to step there, you must deny your identity first of all. You must distance yourself from Igbos. You have to distance yourself from your own people, separate yourself and distance yourself from. And that is why when you look at him, when you look at his campaign and his movement, he's always focused on the north and other areas. But when you come to the southeast, he waves hand for them. He waves for this is somebody you are expecting that is going to change your life. Even his campaign, he's much more focused on the north and south, compensating them and saying, even when he's making his debate, he's always talking about how to improve the north, how poor the north is. He will never make an argument to favor his own area. No. That is how scared he is. And you think that a coward will give you Biafra? You think that a coward will change your life? He can't. People who are brave and do what they say, we have seen them come. Being yourself, being who you are will not make you lose your post. You saw, what do you call him, former president of the United States. When he was there, he said every single thing he wanted to do, he said about he campaigned with it. He didn't care, even when people hated him. With all the hatred they were pouring upon him, he didn't care. He was still campaigning, saying them what he would do. And when he got to power, he did exactly what he said he wanted to do. With all their hate and other blackmail, he did, and he did well. Before they ganged up and threw him. And today you see them, they are regretting it. But in your case, because you're a black man, a coward, you want a coward to come and rescue you. A coward that cannot be able to be bold to defend himself. A coward that hid money in safe heaven. That the British will just hold on the money and tell him what to do, then he will obey, not to save his money. But somehow, with the same message and the same rhetorics you've been hearing for a very long time, he has come again to tell you how to change things and make things work in a few minutes. And all of a sudden, everyone is buying that idea. They're buying the information. They're buying. When I was telling you about their 1 million march, talk about 1 million march. I should be you have seen Tinubu. Tinubu have organized his own 1 million march. Do you see them? I told you that you should wait until when the money bag begin to roll out. When Wotowoto was organizing 1 million march, 1 million march, didn't Tinubu organize his own 1 million march? Haven't you seen the 1 million march of Tinubu? Now it's becoming much clearer that there is no way. That the best thing for us is to get out of the Zulu Republic. It doesn't matter how you pretend not to be a Biafran. It doesn't matter how you pretend to be one Nigeria. The caliphate know that you're a Biafran. And when they come, they are going to take you out. They will definitely take you out. It doesn't matter what you think. That is why we are saying what we are saying today. The message I'm preaching today is to save life. To save you, not to be a victim like those of our brothers who died in Asaba massacre. The message we are preaching today for you to wake up, wake up. It's a time for everybody in the old Southeastern region to wake up, unite together and get Biafra in 2023. Every single one of us, every hand must be on deck at this point in time. Our spokesperson, Samuel Ekpa, have made a call, open arm for all the legitimate armed groups that are fighting for Biafra land to come together. And so many of them have come. BNL is there. So many other groups that we cannot mention are there. They have come. And we are moving forward to make Biafra come. But there are still people who are scared. They have fear of the unknown. Afraid of the unknown. They are so scared that when they get out of the Zulu Republic, they will not be relevant anymore. And you see them playing to the gallery. Remember Asaba massacre. Never again. But from the things, the way things are happening, I am seeing it coming again. On the 7th, we are going to remember those people who died. People who died. We cannot blame the dead. But from every indication, there are so many mistakes that were made. They pretended to be one Nigeria. They raise hand, they say they want peace. How can you make peace with somebody who doesn't want peace with you? They call themselves one Nigeria and they were singing national anthem with wearing white and raising their hands. Yes, they forget that the Fulanis never forgive. You had a governor come on national television to say it. A governor, Governor El Rufai said it, that the Fulanis never forgive. They never forgive, they never forget. They never forgive and they never forget. They know you better than you know yourself. You are a Biafran. It doesn't matter the language you speak, the tribe you are, the religion you are, as long as you're from the old Southeastern region, you are a Biafran. And they're going to treat you the way they treated our grandparents. They are ready to take you out at any minute. Their anger is still upon us, even after they have taken so many lives in Biafra land. After they have taken lives of important personnel in Biafra land, because of their so-called Tafabeloa, they went ahead, committed a massacre in Asaba. It wasn't still enough for them. They are still taking life of God to faith. We are going to remember them on the 7th. But don't allow yourself to be forgotten again.
Shay, my people, it is a very painful thing to remember Asaba Massacre. Asaba Massacre, seeking healing. A lot of Nigerians don't know what happened. 7th October 1967, a lot of atrocities happened in the land of Asaba. Nigerian soldiers committed a lot of atrocities.
Anya emohona anya biana ge say non the meeties. That is goodbye till we meet no more.
During Biafra War, Nigerian soldiers gathered all the male child and adults in Asaba and massacred them all. They killed many people. They killed both to adults, all the male child for inside Asaba.
1970. Anya bia ka ije zuta ndi aya Nigeria. Bia bulegwu. Anya mara na obo a game of death ka iba n'ime ya.
In remembrance of Asaba Massacre, on the 7th October 2022, we be sit at home in entire Biafra land. On that day, it is expected that all schools, all markets, all churches, all banks will shut down for the remembrance of Asaba Massacre. Anybody where hear my voice, making talk to him brother, making talk to his sister, making one in children, making one everybody, where they close to them. This order is coming from Biafra spokesperson Simon Ekpa. Asina nti adahari ebubisi ise soloya intiminsi. Any ear, when they hear word, as they cut to head, as when they go cut ear, full
They open fire. Where will you go? Machine gun, Gahube our people. And they were slaughtered in thousands.
It is sad, but that is what happened. We will never forget. We will never forget. The most painful thing is that there has not been any apology for the killing of the innocent people in Asaba. Up to today. There has never been any apology for the Civil War. The British never apologized. British empowered. We were the one that sponsored and fought against Biafrans directly. Every single weapon that was used against Biafrans was provided by the British. It was the British that blockaded Biafrans and made sure that the world will not know what is happening in Biafra land. They gave us media blockade and they gave us air blockade. There was no means for Biafrans to breathe. But Chukwuemeka being on our side, we stood until after 3 years. We are still standing. And today, Biafrans are all over the world, stronger than ever you can imagine. They took away everything that Biafrans owns. And no matter the amount you have in the bank, we are giving £20 alone. Those people who were given only £20 today, they are in charge of the economy in the Zoological Republic. They are still in control of the economy in the Zoological Republic against all odds. That is the handwork of Chukwuemeka, who he has blessed, you cannot curse. The most painful is that there has not been any apology. Instead of apologizing, they are celebrating those that committed that crime. Every single one of them that committed that crime, they are celebrating. There has not been any apology. And I'm going to play a video. I'm going to play a video that you must have to pay attention to and see the account of one of the soldiers who participated in that Asaba massacre. Hear what he has to say. There's no apology. He himself doesn't have any remorse. Even he himself is not calling it a massacre. He himself doesn't see anything wrong in it. Taking the life of innocent children, innocent people, unarmed people. He doesn't see anything wrong in it. That is how evil the Zoological Republic is. And this is why we must get out of this Zoological Republic. Let us watch this extract. so that you can hear directly from somebody who was there when it all
Now
happened.
we got to St. Patrick around 6:30 in the evening. So it rained. We had to pin down. So the next
And that was on October
4,
1967.
Now, October 5, as early as 7 o'clock, we started the operation. As we were going between Asaba and St. Patrick, the commander, Godwin Ali, was fired and was immediately taken back. And it was Ibrahim Taiwo who was his 2IC. He was the one that led us into Asaba proper.
So when you got to Asaba, what did you see?
We got to Asaba, we captured Asaba, and they have already divided Asaba among the 3 battalions. 71, 10, and 71 was B to take Ibuzo Road, where I belong. Then 10 battalion was mandated to take Cable Point, Umuaji, that was Asaba Center. While 123 was mandated to take eastern part, call it Onono Action, Onono Axis.
So were there resistances to the Nigerian military when it entered Asaba? Were there Biafran troops in Asaba?
No, let me tell you that one. Let me tell you something. You know that bridge was not broken when we entered.
The River Niger Bridge?
Yes, it was not broken. Now, Biafra thought we will sail through right from Asaba to Onitsha. On the midway, they will have broken that bridge. But luckily, we did not go. Between 10, 11, 12, we have already secured Asaba.
How were you able to secure Asaba? What happened in Asaba? Tell me the exploit of the military in Asaba. There was a massacre in Asaba.
You call it massacre, but I wouldn't see it as a massacre. Because in a war, everybody will count for his own losses.
You see,
now, wait.
Major Jai?
Yes, let me tell you,
Yes.
in my presence, 8 October, what you call massacre happened. But let me tell you something. Now, do you know the operatives of Biafra? They are all from Asaba area. Colonel Wawo, Colonel Okusheme, Zegu himself from Opanam.
Very close to Asaba.
Very close to Asaba. The most talented Biafra officer in the army, in the Biafra army, the most talented, Colonel Susi, was from Asaba.
So that made Asaba special.
Asaba was very special to them, because all of them, even for school, most of them are from Asaba area.
Now,
not even Igbo.
So
They are from Eka Igbo.
could that be the reason?
No, just let me land.
All right.
Now, Asaba has become a great blow to them. Now, we enter 5th in the morning. 6th, come and see corpses of our soldiers on the ground.
On the 6th?
On the street.
How? How did that happen?
They were killing them now. We know that at that point in time, we had no barracks. We were on the tarmac, on the road. 71 battalion was on the road to Ibuzo. 10 battalion was on the road to Cable Point. Then the other people too, we were no barracks. We were so open to these people. It's their terrain, it's their area. So by night, they will just come and kill. 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Kill with
Now,
what? With guns?
It's with them now. They know them. And the other people too were signaling them. They are here.
The people of Asaba?
Yes.
We're giving them information.
This is where they are. This is where they wanted to flush these people out. Army is not stupid. Army will not do something without reason. Let me tell you. If that action was not taken, no 7 brigade soldier will have remained in Asaba after 2 weeks.
If that action, which action?
Did you hear him? If you hear that this man has no remorse, this is one of the people who participated in it. There's no remorse whatsoever. And when the person interviewing him talked about massacre, he didn't want to call it massacre. He said it's a war base. These people forget that there are rules of engagement in war. There are rules of engagement in war. It doesn't matter even if you're fighting a war. There are rules of engagement in war. You don't kill on an armed person. You don't. You don't go after an armed person. Just surround people and tie unarmed people. You open fire on them. Look at the reasons he was given. That soldiers were attacked. Soldiers, you're talking about soldiers, but you went after civilians, innocent civilians, children and women. That's what you went after. Because soldiers, in a state of war, of course, soldiers are bound to lose their lives. But when you come to attack civilians who were unarmed, and look at the excuses were given. Now he has turned it and said that they were giving information and they were doing that, doing that, and doing that. And you that call yourself a soldier, you open fire on innocent civilians. Who has even surrendered to you, raise up their hands and welcome you. You open fire and kill all of them simply because you suspect they were given information. And when they ask him, he says, in war, anything happens. You forget that in war, there is rule of engagement in war. There is rule of engagement.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.